Hello, good morning. I tell you what's the truth. Ugh, I walked outside and this 78% humidity slapped me in the face. And I said, good Lord, what has happened? Ugh. It's supposed to be in the 80s for the next 5 days, and kind of rainy and probably humid. And then it's going to go back down into the low 70s for a few days. Some sort of polar vortex. The polar vortex is going to hit. And we're going to get cool again. But then it's going to get hot again. I just don't understand. Ugh. That's enough about the weather, though, ain't it? But I tell you what, even the birds are mad that it's humid because 2 mockingbirds zoomed by us a few minutes ago. I mean, truth be told, we're probably near their nest, but I'd like to think that they're also mad about the humidity. Yeah. The one saving grace is the wind does blow every now and then. If you know, you know. In the south, when it gets super humid and you don't have any wind, don't expect me to go outside, okay? Because that's just one of them days you just can't even breathe. It's like you're breathing underwater. Yeah. I'm trying to develop me a new Cajun accent. Now, I might not do it the best, okay? But I am learning. I've been watching this show on Amazon Prime called Cajun Justice. That's the weirdest show. It's like Cops, but it's Cajun cops. They down in South Louisiana in the bayou, whatever. The alligators. And they got all kind of alligator trappers. And this one lady said she let her dog out. He was 40 pounds. And this little bitty alligator ate her dog. And when the trapper came out and trapped it, it was a little bitty old thing too. The alligator, I mean. Did they say it was only like 5 foot? I mean, that's small for an alligator. So when he trapped it, she was like, kill it, it ate my dog, kill it. And he was like, I'm not gonna kill it. I mean, like, another alligator's gonna come, right, to take its place. I'm gonna take it somewhere else, and it's gonna live out its happy life. But, I mean, I just wanted to shout, if you live that close to where there's alligators, you don't just let your dog out to run down to the water, okay? That's all I'm saying. Hey, where you going? Speaking of dogs running off, but we ain't got no alligators over here. We better not, because that is one thing I don't want to face. Not even a little one, no. But this one trapper on there, he said, yeah, when I was a little bitty boy, my daddy used to come out and trap little bitty alligators and put them in the bathtub with me. And I used to play with baby alligators. Y'all just built different down there. But please tell me how to say bayou, because I don't think that's how you say it. And then another thing that I think's real weird. Oh no, how long have I been paused? Oh shoot, hold on. As it turns out, I had just hit it when I readjusted my phone, so y'all didn't miss nothing. Aren't you happy? Another thing that's real weird about the swampland is how y'all can't just dig a 2-foot hole to plant a tree or something, because y'all gonna hit water. And that's real weird to me. And the fact that they don't bury their bodies in the ground, you know, the caskets. Hey, come this way. They, put them in a crypt. I mean, which we do have some bodies in crypts down here in Atlanta. Oh, what's the name of that cemetery? I mean, there's a lot of crypts. Oak Hill. It's a very cool cemetery in Atlanta. Hold on. I tell you what, it's hotter than a hoochie coochie out here, ain't it? Way down yonder on the Chattahoochee, it gets hotter than a hoochie coochie. Is that what it says? I think that's what it says. I sang that song one time before, and somebody asked me if I knew what a hoochie coochie was. I'm pretty sure I do. Yeah. Pretty sure I'm 60 years old. And I wasn't born, I might have been born at night, but it wasn't last night. That's right, yes. But that is the song, okay? I didn't write the song. Goodness. Anyway, I got choked when I was talking earlier. And then work and blah, blah, blah. And then we went to the bank, and then we came back and work and blah, blah, blah. But now tell them where we're going, huh? You want to tell them where we're going? We're going to the pet food store because somebody is out of her duck treats, and she gonna drive me crazy till I go get her some duck treats. I've been just ordering them off the Amazon, but they can't get them there till Sunday. So I said, you know what? They the same price at PetSmart, just down the street. So we just gonna go down the street and get the duck treats. So the dog will have her duck treats. Ain't that right? See, it's very upsetting when I run out of my duck treats, Mama. So I said, well, you can just go with them to get your dog treats. I mean, I should have probably left her at home and went ahead and gone to the grocery store. But to be quite honest, it's too hot for that. Who wants to get out of their car and go in the grocery store? It's not even that hot yet. I can't even lie. I mean, the problem is the humidity, okay? It's humid. When I walked outside this morning, I've told y'all my house stays very cold. And when I walked outside, that humidity slapped me in the face like your 5th grade in Nemesis. I don't know. I'm just trying to come up with something. It was a bit offensive. I was like, well, what'd you have to slap me for? Ugh. Anyway, I was telling y'all this morning that somebody broke into the crypts on the TV show, and they break into them and steal stuff out of the crypts, like noggins, the whole noggin. They stole the whole noggin and jewelry, and sometimes they steal the noggins for the hoodoo. You know, the hoodoo that you do so well, the hoodoo. I can't say that on social media because they'll give me a strike. But, you know, the actual word. They steal it for that. Or they steal it because they got some gold teethuses and no toothbrushes. That came from Waterboy. He got all them teethus. No teeths and no toothbrushes. That's about the, oh my gosh, I forgot ambligata. Something ambligata. The alligators got all them teeths and no toothbrushes. Yeah, anyway. I haven't seen that movie in a while, so. You know, hold on. Y'all see that house right there? It's a daggone shame is what it is. Hold on. That is a historic house. It's been sitting here on the corner since the dadgum Civil War. The Civil War. The last time I remember people living in it, it was the people who owned the funeral home. The funeral home. Okay, here's another story. Finish that story first. Okay, so that story is the people used to live there who owned the funeral home. And it was a hospital in the Civil War. And the sad part is they're having to tear the daggum house down. I think they're moving it somewhere because it's a historic house. It's on the registry, you know. But they're having to move it because of all the daggum homeless people, which I saw somebody write last night in the comments on this page I follow for Marietta. They didn't put homeless. They put unhomed residents. I think they put unhomed residents. And I was like, yeah, they're homeless. That's what homeless means. Unhomed. They don't have a home. Anyway, the homeless people won't leave it alone, and they caught fire to it because I guess they were, I don't know, I guess it was cold and they built a fire in it. Anyway, they're having to tear it down and move it somewhere, and that thing's been there since the 1800s. That's so sad. I'm like, come on, people. Anyway, the other story is that I got sidetracked on is the funeral home. The guy that used to live there on that other funeral home, right? And the funeral home, somebody on, I think he was on a anything like this, you know, social media. And he was making videos and such, I think. It's the story I heard. And he goes in there, and as it turns out, the funeral home had been kind of out of business, but there was bodies and stuff in the funeral home. Yeah, it's called Medford, Medford, Peden, Peden. So my dad tells me that they found all the bodies, you know, people's bodies that they supposedly buried were in the funeral home, okay? And then, on top of that, the guy that trespassed to make the video and called the police on it, they went back and arrested him because he was trespassing. Ain't that something? I mean, look, if you're going to break in places and trespass, don't call the police when you find stuff. I mean, you're going to get in trouble, okay? I mean, granted, the police needed to be notified, but I think I'd have just gone back outside and said I saw something through the window and made them go in and find it all. You know what I'm saying? You got to be smart when you're going to do stuff like that. Yeah, that's crazy. All right, I'll be back. Okay, we're home from getting the duck treats, but I just looked up a couple of videos on the YouTube, and I can't find where the guy was actually arrested. I was told that, but I don't know if it's true. One video I found on the YouTube said they found cremains, cremains, meaning the ashes. And then another video I watched said they actually found skeletal remains in caskets and stuff. So I don't know, but there was a fire there, which could have come from the unhomed residents around here. I'm not sure where the fire came from, but you can look up these videos on the YouTube. Just type in Medford Peden. I think it's Norman Medford Peden Funeral Home, Marietta, Georgia. And you can see the inside of the funeral home. But it's pretty dang creepy. You know what I'm saying? But back to the house. The owner, Norman, whoever, Medford, he lived in that house over there that they're now tearing down because of the unhomed residents catching it on fire. Anyway, I don't know how I got off on that subject. I covered the gambit of topics today. I started out with a Cajun accent and ended up in a funeral home. Welcome to my brain, okay? It's a scary place. Anyway, I hope you're having a great day. Remember, I love you. Jesus loves you. We hope he's coming back soon because people be crazy. And I'll talk to you on the next one, okay? Toodles.